So I sat down with Spirit the other day and asked, what guidance do you have for the Awakened Creators community for the month of January that would be of our highest and greatest good? And I was given 5 beautiful pieces of wisdom that I look forward to sharing with you now. So let's go ahead and dive in. Um, like I said, we're already in a new year. Things are already ramping up. I can definitely feel energetically some shifting going on. I've heard from other folks that they've already have major things showing up for them in the month of January, which ends up being on point with the guidance that was given. We also have a new moon next week, when we will be doing our new moon ritual next week. And that new moon in Capricorn is epic. It's trining Uranus, it's sextile Neptune. It is really how I'm seeing and feeling it is this magic map that we can use to build our dreams, because we've got the practicality, get it done of Capricorn energy, but we also have the support of unpredictable Uranus and dreams come true Neptune. So I'm very excited for all the possibilities that come through as we plant some seeds next week. So don't forget to tune in for that. But let's get into your survival guide to 2024. That's what we're calling this. So there are major changes coming this year that are starting this month. And what Awakened Creators need to know for January. The first thing that I was kind of uh, not shown, but like given in terms of a visceral sensation was a jolt, which was like surprising, right? And that's what it was all about. It was all about this surprising energy, things that wake you up, that light you up, that electrify you, to be prepared for in the month of January, unexpected things, but good things. So it was important in the guidance we were given to be open to these jolting changes. They can sometimes throw us off, but they are for our highest and greatest good. So we were guided not to deny these jolts, but to keep ourselves open and allow ourselves to be surprised, to be pleasantly surprised. So approaching these jolts and these surprises with an open mind and an open heart, that this is perhaps the next great thing for me to experience on my creative journey. And they also mentioned that you're going to surprise yourself this month by just how capable you are as a creator. Like, you will achieve things and do things and be called into things that you realize, oh, wow, I have really changed, because the old me would have never done this. The old me would have never been this bold or this courageous to accept this challenge. And so, Spirit wanted to say, like, when these things come, take them. When these opportunities jolt into your life, take them. Let yourself surprise you. So that was the first uh, piece of guidance that came in for the month of January 2024. And with all that energy that was like flowing through my body as I'm receiving this message, like, wow, this is really exciting. And there's a lot of new things. And when I asked what the next thing was, what the next piece of guidance was for the Awakened Creators community, it all got real quiet. And we were asked to be patient. I know people hate hearing that. People hate hearing to be patient. But truly, Spirit is asking us to be patient. So just as there are jumps and starts to new things and all this energy, there are also slow periods, there's quiet, there's calm. And Spirit really wanted to make sure that we do not mistake these moments of quiet and slow down as if nothing's happened, because that is not the case. Okay. What's happening is there's breathing points in our experience. We've talked about this before, the ebb and flow, the inhale, exhale, the cycle of creative energy is not a constant push. So even though there are going to be some fantastic jolts and things that light you up this month, there will also be periods where it feels like nothing's happening and like, where'd all the momentum go? It was so great. And then all of a sudden now there's nothing. And spirit is saying like that is just an opportunity for you to take stock. Those are the moments for you to reflect, to refine, to work with them and make the most of them. Make the most of it is what we were guided. Expect it and then make the most of it. Allow yourself to be like, oh, this is that part where Amanda said things would slow down and that it's an opportunity for me to make the most of this. So don't try to push through it. Don't try to deny it. Don't try to busy yourself in those moments of rest. And instead, breathe it in, let it be okay. It'll all come back. The energy will come back to you. Just let it breathe and then allow it to come back. So there's that ebb and flow that we do have to get used to as creators. Um, because yeah, it's moving in cycles that are much larger than we can really comprehend or wrap our heads around. All right. So the third thing that Spirit wanted to guide us to in January 2024, we creators need to know. This was a big one and a strange one. It was the word reconfiguration. Reconfiguration. And the reconfiguration felt global. So there might be some shifts and changes this month on a global scale that kind of reconfigure how things work. And associated with this idea was a warning that this is really going to set some people at dis-ease. That some people are really going to not like restructuring and like how things will start to be configured. So there was a warning that the best thing that you can do as an awakened creator, as you are witnessing and being in this energy of reconfiguration, both on a large scale out in the world and also in your own personal lives might be reconfiguring. Maybe your living situation's changing, or people are moving in, or roommates are moving out, or just the chess pieces on the board are going to start moving around. Is that to remember sometimes things have to fall apart in order to build them back better. Okay. So allow whatever is crumbling in your life to fall away. Trust that it is okay, that is what's meant to happen. Don't be afraid. That was definitely came through strong. Do not be afraid. Do not have fear in this situation and this refiguring, but trust that it's bringing in a new, more balanced and efficient system in your life. Okay. So keep your eyes focused on what you're doing. And what you're doing is you are creating a life that's going to be part of the solution. So it is important for you to stay focused on the life you're creating, stay focused on your creative goals, stay focused on what is in your heart to manifest this month, this year, this lifetime. Stay focused on those things because those things are intended to be the solutions to this reconfiguration that's happening. So stay focused. You are creating a new world. We are all awakened creators, are all part of the leadership of the new world, the new earth. So we need to stay focused on what we're doing and let that guide us rather than what we might hear on the outside or what we're told to be afraid of over here, um, or changes and shifts that we're seeing in our local environments, like our things that are more personal to us and how those things are reconfiguring. So do not fear the reconfiguration. That was such a big word that they dropped in my awareness, but that was the best way to describe it, and so, yeah, um, the last piece with that, I forgot this note, was do not let your energy be distracted. That was their last piece of advice regarding reconfiguration. Do not allow your energy to be distracted. So, what you are putting yourself towards, what you are believing is possible, what you are loving, what you are feeling into, what you are giving yourself to, let those things not be distracted, but be focused on what you're building and the contribution that you are making to the manifestation of a new earth, an earth where people are working together, where people are living in a mutually beneficial society and contributing their heart works to the world. You are part of that change, and that's really, really important. That was probably the biggest one that they gave, the biggest piece of guidance for January that they gave. So don't fear the reconfiguration. All right. The fourth piece of guidance. Maybe you're taking notes. I don't know. Your survival guide to 2024. What Awakened creators must know for this month. There's a call to bridge gaps, to connect with people more. And I might have to do a separate video on this because I know a lot of creators who, and myself included, have histories of like social awkwardness and introversion and not wanting to interact with other people out of fear. And so much of the guidance that came through in like the 2024 Accelerate Your Success video, which if you haven't watched it, go watch that right after this. The 2024 Guide to Accelerating Your Success channel guidance. It was amazing. But a lot of what they were saying was about connecting with people and getting in your local communities and connecting more broadly online. And um, that message really came through again in the month of January with this idea of bridging. So it's not just about connecting with more people, it was about bridging gaps between yourself and others. So they literally said, like, people that you wouldn't normally interact with, or someone, say someone at a store or on the street or something like that that you normally would just keep to yourself. They're asking us to start bridging between people because what we're creating, and this is visuals coming in as I'm speaking, is creating this rainbow bridge between your hearts. Okay. And it's like offering a peace offering to this other being and letting them know, especially in light of the reconfiguration and how much fear it and dis-ease it might cause among people, to offer that rainbow bridge to say, look, I'm here and I'm not afraid and I'm a loving person and I love you, and you can say that without saying that. You can say that with your energy. You can say that with a hello. You can say that with a compliment. You can say that with showing interest in what they're doing, or um, not commiserating because that is, co-misery, but um, communicating with them, co-unioning with them, unioning with them in some kind of way. Okay, so don't feed the disease by commiserating, but like shine your light and share that light with others. They also guided us to not allow time to be a barrier with who we bridge with. Now, I know some of you, and myself included, who have like friends or people who you haven't talked to in a really long time. You're not like on bad terms with them, but maybe you guys don't communicate very frequently. And Spirit said specifically with regard to bridging, do not allow time to be a barrier. It doesn't matter if you haven't talked to someone in a really long time. If they come up in your awareness, it's probably for a reason. Reach out to them. So that was a very clear and simple message. They may have the next step you need. They may have the next resource you need. They may have information for you, and or you may need, they may need something from you, and you reaching out to them. So follow your gut in terms of who to reach out to. But curiosity is a good sign. That was the guidance. Curiosity was a good sign. So if someone randomly pops up in your mind, follow that breadcrumb trail as long as your gut says yes, 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 and don't allow the fact that you haven't talked to that person in a couple years or whatever it is, be a barrier to you. Go ahead and bridge. Bridge, bridge, bridge. I love that message. I think there's so much value in us acknowledging each other, which is why, one of the best ways you can support fellow creators without spending any money is just to comment, just say hi, just hello, I see you, really bridge those gaps. It can feel so lonely sometimes in this world, and we know that that's by design. We've been created this matrix and this land to forget ourselves and forget our connection to one another. And while that's part of what's crumbling away right now, Spirit is saying, well, now we have to be the leaders and start reconnecting with people. So reconnect, bridge the gaps, don't let time stand in the way. All right. Because you never know what will happen. Like, that's a wild card. Again, with the jolting and the surprises, right? Like, the very first piece of guidance we were given. Like, allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised. Allow unexpected things to happen when you follow those instincts. All right. Here we are, number 5. Number 5, the fifth thing you need to know for January 2024. This is definitely a survival tip. This one's definitely a survival tip. It was about music. Listen to music. Listen to music. Fill your life with music was the literal words that came into me with regards to this piece of guidance. Fill your life with music. If you're not already, listen to music that makes you feel good. Start shifting your energy when you need to and maintain your energetics through music and the power of music, because it really is such a powerful, what is the word I'm thinking? A tuner. So just like a tuning fork, right? Certain music, it's tuning you to a particular frequency. Okay. So when you have that playing in the background while you're doing dishes or, on your phone or in your headphones, wherever, you're attuning yourself to that vibration. Now, that's also why it's really important, and this was the next piece of guidance, be careful what you're listening to. Be careful what you're listening to because it is very powerful programming. Music is very powerful programming. So, we are guided not to listen to any music that has lyrics that do not support the directions we want to go, that have vibrations that do not support the person we want to be, and to really start taking seriously what we're listening to, what we're ingesting on a vibrational level, and to create an environment that supports us in the growth of where we want to go. This just in, how you may have seen these experiments with plants and being plants and the way they grow being changed by the music that's played around them. Okay. And are we not living things just like plants? Are we not have cells filled with water that vibrate to sound just like plants? So make sure that what you are surrounding yourself with are vibrations that feel good, that are supportive of where you wanna go, and they meant that mainly not as, like, a scary thing, but because we might be attached to certain types of music from nostalgia, okay? But we weren't the same person back then, you know? Maybe we loved that song, but we loved it because we were depressed. You know, maybe we loved that song, but we loved it because we were angry at the world. So, even though you may have listened to that music, you may love that song and it feels really nostalgic, our guidance is to start letting it go. Let it go. Let it go. Don't listen to it anymore and let it go. Allow that to be part of the old life and allow yourself to start exposing yourself to new music, to new artists, to new creators that are creating high vibe music and start listening to that more often and allow yourself to be filled up with that music and inspired every day. They were very clear. Don't be afraid to try new music types, new music styles. Especially, they said, if you are making music, if you're a musician, a singer, a songwriter, whatever, and music is what you do, that's your modality of creation. They were very clear. Try new things. Try new things. Explore, experiment, new instruments, new styles. Try new things and allow yourself to vibrate differently. Um, because what's gonna resonate with you right now is not what you used to listen to or make necessarily. Some of it maybe, and, hold on to those things, but, the music and the songs of times when you were really low, you wanna maybe move away from those things unless, I guess, the meaning for it has changed for you, okay? But just be aware that you are programming yourself as you listen to music, so January, you wanna be mindful to surround yourself with music that supports the direction that you're going. So to recap, in case you missed the first part of the video, lots of changes coming January 2024. Expect the unexpected, okay? Allow yourself to be surprised by how much you're really truly capable of, but also be patient. When those big, uh, thrusts of momentous energy wane, don't allow yourself to believe that that's a bad thing or that you've done anything wrong. Allow those necessary breathing points, expect them and make the most of them. Allow yourself to reflect, allow yourself to take a break, let it be a good thing. Um, be prepared for some reconfiguration going on in society and in your own circles. All right. Know that it's gonna bother some people. Don't be afraid. Stand in the truth of who you are as an awakened creator and start living and manifesting the solution that you offer uniquely to the world because what you're doing is special. What you're doing is of great importance to ensure that humanity moves in the right direction. So don't give up on that. Don't let yourself be distracted. And then start bridging gaps between people. Allow yourself and your energy to bridge between people that you know, people that you don't know. If you remember anybody comes into your awareness this month randomly, not necessarily as I'm talking about it, but say a week from now, boop, they pop into your head. Follow up on that curiosity, reach out, see, don't let time be a barrier. They may have information you need, and or you may have information they need. So allow that to surprise you. And then be mindful of your music. Be mindful of what you're listening to. I have an affirmations video on YouTube. Um, that's an affirmations track, and the graphic that I use as the thumbnail and like that plays during the video because it's mostly audio experience says you are what you listen to. You are what you listen to, and that is so very true, which is why I created that track so that you could listen to positive things, and fill your awareness with all of that. So if you haven't heard that one yet, it's really good. It's one of my favorite affirmation tracks. I wanna say it's called, positive affirmations to shift out of negative thinking. So if you're ever kind of in the dumps and you're feeling not so good and your mind is kind of racing with negative thoughts, you can go check out that audio track. It's only like 7 minutes long, um, and listen to that. It's a good one. All right, next week, like I said, new moon, Capricorn, powerful opportunity for us to start structuring what we're doing. So maybe you've got a lot of ideas and you've got some inspiration and you've got possibilities happening. Um, but let's start making a plan. Let's make sure that we structure it in a way that it can actually come to fruition. So join me next week and we will seed what we need in order to make that happen and use all that juicy Capricorn energy to actually build our dream lives. Very exciting stuff. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for letting your friends know about Awaken Creators. Thank you for creating yourself and manifesting a life that brings you joy. You don't maybe understand how impactful that truly is, but it is making a huge difference. And I love you for it. So I'll be here to support you every step along the way. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.